Today on CityCast DC, what is the best cupcake in DC? Team CityCast recently came to my house and we ate a bunch of cupcakes in the name of figuring it out. I hope you'll listen in as we do a highly scientific study. And stick around afterwards to hear from some youthful experts who crashed our party.
Sweet was like very, very sweet. That comes from a child who loves sweetness.
Today is Thursday, January 18th. I'm Michael Schaefer, and here's what DC is talking about.
Hey, Mike and Julia.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Well, pretty darn good because we're about to eat some cupcakes.
Dang.
So folks can't see what's happening because this is a podcast, but one of our producers has lovingly cut several cupcakes into little snackable, taste-testable squares. We're going to be tasting them and telling y'all what we think. Who measures up, who falls short across several categories.
All right, y'all tell me, where are these from?
All right. So I can tell by look alone that one is from Baked and Wired and one is from Georgetown Cupcake. That's on look alone. And that's because I'm a frequent cupcake eater. So the two others, one is from Sweet Crimes, which is a gluten-free bakery, which is pretty sick. And the last one is Cake Room, which is a bakery in Adams Morgan.
It's funny seeing them all laid out together. I am a big-time sweets person, so when I get a cupcake or a piece of cake, I just devour it and it's gone. Never have I seen cupcakes cut in such a way and then all next to each other. It really gives you a sense of the different styles, the different looks. Like, we're looking at red velvet cupcakes right now. Some are bright red, some are like deep dark red. It really gives you a sense of how different they are, which I've never had time to consider before because I eat them so quickly.
So I've been to two of them, Baked and Wired and Georgetown Cupcake. Have you guys been to any of these cupcakeries?
Same as you.
I've only been to Georgetown Cupcake.
Okay. We're about to find out if Georgetown Cupcake stacks up against all the rest of them, I guess.
The way they've laid it out is we've got 4 plates in front of us. Each plate is one of the cupcakers. And so we'll each take one piece from each plate. But then we don't know what's what, except for Julia, apparently.
I have eagle eyes over here. Yeah.
We've got a ringer.
But me and Bridget don't know what's up. And so I guess we will be therefore neutral and not steered by some of our notorious biases in the cupcake wars.
That's right.
All right, so we are being told we need to judge based on frosting to cake ratio, FCR. What are the other categories?
Flavor,
icing to cupcake ratio, and texture.
Yeah. Okay.
Excellent.
So of the cupcakes that are in front of us, we are picking up a very, very ostentatiously bright red
Oh my God, it's so red.
cupcake.
Melania Trump Christmas tree
Yes,
red.
has like a lot of sprinkles on it too.
See, I gotta say that I think seeing it laid with the other cupcakes, I find the brightness of this red almost a little off-putting.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. The frosting, if you look at this frosting to like actual cake ratio, it's like not quite equal, but it's close. It's up there.
I don't think I've ever eaten on mic before. This is a lot of mouth sounds. This cannot be pleasant.
For anyone who has misophonia, I'm so sorry in advance.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not that into it.
I don't like it.
No.
Dry,
The cake's dry,
bland.
The frosting is straight sugar.
which is
Yes.
partly the essence of frosting.
Sure. It can be a little, like, they can, like,
There's
make it, like, buttercreamy or like
cream
whippy.
cheesy.
Yeah.
Like they can have flavors. To me, this tastes very similar to like a grocery store cupcake is what this tastes like.
This has got to be the gluten-free, right?
I don't know.
Icing to cupcake ratio, I'm going to give it a 4 because I think it's not, like, the ratio was good. I didn't like the icing or the cupcake, but the ratio, they hit
Felt
that
right.
one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that seems right to me.
Yeah.
I mean, 3.
I do like a 3, yeah. It's a little bit much for me on the frosting, but I'll take it.
For texture, I got to go 2. I could see going as low as 1.5. I don't know about you two.
I'll be harsh. I'll give it a 1.
A 1.
I'm doing it.
I'm with Julia.
Favorite, I'm going a 1.
Yep.
I didn't
We
taste
agree.
much.
We agree.
Yep.
And I guess with a cupcake, it's like you're eating it like you've just eaten a bunch of sugar and fat and gotten nothing in return. So it's like what was that for? What a waste.
It lacks joy to
That's
me.
joy.
Yeah.
Okay, hey, executive producer Priyanka here. I'm going to keep you listeners in the loop because our faithful cupcake tasters need to stay in the dark for now, but I think you deserve to know. So, their first cupcake was from Sweet Crimes Bakery.
All right. What do we want to do next?
Let's go with, I've had my eye on this one for a while.
Yeah.
Specifically because, I don't know if you can see, this one's got a little pearl on it.
Oh,
Isn't that
that's so
nice?
cute. Yeah, but not a lot of frosting to cake ratio. But I do know which one this is, and I am biased, and that's okay.
All right. It's taller.
It is
It's
taller.
taller.
It's
It's a
taller.
deeper red.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's much better.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm so sorry to the previous cupcake. You're about to get crushed by this current cupcake. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
Maybe I'm not sorry. I don't care. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Cream
Much
cheese
better.
frosting, good. We love it.
Frosting to cake ratio.
Do you want more or less?
I think that was a good amount.
Yeah.
And I know we're talking about ratio, but just the frosting on that one was so much better
So
than the
good.
frosting on the other one. Oh my God.
You can tell it's a cream cheese frosting. It has that like kind of acidic tang. And like I like that it cuts through the flavor. The cake has actual flavor.
Yeah.
The cake is actually moist.
I think it was the only knock I would have is it was pretty tall,
yes.
which means that last bite of cake, you're pretty far from the frosting.
That's a good point.
True.
You really get scientific with your breakdowns of these cupcakes.
Maybe I'm just biased in favor of short cupcakes.
Maybe.
So for icing ratio, I'm going to go about a 4.5. What do you all think?
Same.
I say 3.
3?
Ooh.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's too tall.
Okay.
Wow, harsh critic. For texture, I'm going 4. I could go as high as 4.5.
I'm doing a 4-5.
Yep, 4-5.
And lastly, taste. I would say a 4.5.
Yep.
4-5. But I also don't know if that's because the previous cupcake we had
It's
was
so bad.
was not as
We
good.
really didn't
I wonder
start
if it's warped. I don't know. But 4-5.
We
to
reserve
me.
the right to go back.
We gotta
Recount.
we gotta start drinking water in between, like how they do with like when you go to a wine tasting
Seriously.
to cleanse your palate.
I'm doing it.
Priyanka here, back again to let the audience know that this extra tall cupcake was from Baked and Wired. Man, did they love it, huh?
All right. Of these two cupcakes left, there's one that has like a little candy heart on the top of it, and there's one that doesn't have that. Which one do we want to try?
Let's do that candy heart. It's
Okay.
so sweet.
Okay, this one is like not as offensively red as the first one, but it is pretty red.
Much darker, richer red, though.
Also a cream cheese frosting.
Well, that's really cream cheesy.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of frosting too, for me.
For that frosting to cake ratio, what would you rate that number?
I think if you're putting too much frosting on a cake, you're trying to hide a bad cake. And so for me, it's a little too much.
I really, I liked the icing. It's really cream cheesy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of it.
Yeah.
And it was much superior to the cake.
Yes.
The icing was the best part.
Yes.
And so then you're even more aware of the imbalance.
The score for the icing, I feel like, is a 5. Like the icing tastes great.
So, but it's the category is icing to cake ratio.
That's true.
not just because the icing was good,
Yes.
but
Yeah.
is the ratio off?
The ratio to me is off.
I might go 2 on that. What would you all say?
2.53.
Oh, that's pretty high.
Right. I'm 2.5.
Okay. What about texture?
The cake felt dry,
Yeah.
but the frosting was so good, man.
Yeah.
You're stuck on this
I'm
frosting.
stuck on this frosting.
What about the frosting is
I'm
like
a
speaks to
sucker. I'm a sucker for a cream cheese frosting that like is really cream cheesy and acidic. And
Okay.
especially on something as sweet as this cupcake, like you kind of need it to cut through how sweet a cake is. For me, the texture is like a 2 for the cake, I think.
I can see that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's what I would do.
Okay.
But the taste, I mean, this, I guess you get to a big philosophical question here, which is like, what is the more important element? Are they equally important, or is the icing to be given greater or lesser weight? Because it's a thing where the cake was kind of but the
Icing is
the
great.
icing was awesome. So I'm going to say 3.5 because I think
Wow.
icing is a more
right.
important variable.
You're out of your mind, sir. You don't know what you're talking about. Obviously, the cupcake is the thing. It's called a cupcake, so the cake is the main thing. So if the cake was meh and the icing is good, it's wild to me that would bump up the score so much. It would be like if the hot dog was terrible but the bun was fine,
good
like
analogy.
you wouldn't go very high on the score.
So that phrase, it's the icing on the cake, that implies that icing is this extra peripheral thing.
Yes.
It's
Correct.
Sweetness. I see what you're saying.
Okay.
But I think in America of this moment, we're probably an over frosting country.
That's definitely
That's
true.
not wrong. That's not wrong. Mike, you gave the flavor of cupcake a 3.5. The flavor of the frosting is really good, but the flavor of the cake is not. And I don't know how to average it, like maybe a 3 or a 2.5 for me.
Oh, I'm going a solid 2.
Okay.
I can't justify going higher than
Be
that.
harsh. Do it. Someone has to.
All right, and one last time, Priyanka here. Our tasters were experiencing a Georgetown cupcake that time.
All right. We have one more cupcake.
I'm underwhelmed.
Not much flavor to the cake.
The cake doesn't have any flavor. It's just like, it's not sugary. It just is there. It's like eating a flavorless cloud.
Yeah, because as somebody who loves sweets, when you eat a sweet, you need that like first moment of like, oh, this was worth it. I'm not getting that. I'm like, I could be eating mashed potatoes, you know?
True. The frosting is good though.
Okay, so
But not as good.
not as good.
No.
How would you categorize that frosting to cupcake ratio?
Pretty good.
Average. Good. If I had to score it, like a 3.
I would go 3. I would do a 3. That's fair.
I would go 3.5.
He would go 3.5.
Interesting.
Okay. I mean, on taste though,
The cake has no flavor.
that is not a flavorful
and the
cake.
icing's pretty good, but not like sublime.
Do we score this like a 1 on flavor? Like I'm thinking about
It's
it.
better than that first one.
I would go 1.
1.
I do 1.5.
Yeah,
1.5.
1.5.
Your rankings are all over the place.
I know. At least
I
the
mean-
first one, it was like you tasted sugar. This one just
Right.
had no flavor at all.
It could have been mashed potatoes for icing.
Right, exactly. All right.
And then texture.
texture was fine.
Yeah, texture for a flavorless cupcake, the texture wasn't bad. We're just tearing these cupcakes
But
apart.
I think we're also coming to understand that once you've lost flavor, texture is
It doesn't-
is a
yeah.
really-
Yeah. I'm gonna go 3 on texture.
Same.
Yep, me too.
All right.
We agree.
Okay, so time for the reveal. The cupcake that you guys liked the best, which was the one that Julia knew before you even tried it, was baked and wired.
I knew it.
Goated in the sauce and the frosting, whatever.
You gave that a total score of 13 points. Nothing else really even came close. The next most popular one was Cake Room, which was the fourth one that you tried.
Oh,
Yeah, 7.5
wow.
in points. Georgetown Cupcake came in third with a total of 7 points. That was the one where you were obsessed with the frosting,
Yes,
but
they do a good frosting.
the cake itself was kind of dry and unexciting to you. And sadly, Sweet Crimes was in last place. The gluten-free bakery. It's hard. It's hard to make a good
Sorry.
knew it.
gluten-free
I'm sorry.
baked good.
Talk about a crime.
It's a crime.
It is a crime.
When's America gonna get out of those cupcakes?
Yeah. All right. Congratulations to Baked and Wired, which has had my heart for like in a chokehold for years. It's fine.
The numbers don't lie. You
I
were
know.
right.
I know.
How much are the prices here?
Yeah.
And I'm asking a CityCast executive producer, Priyanka Tilve, who's also CityCast budget manager, Priyanka Tilve. So she's going to have to justify whatever we just spent on this exercise.
Okay, so the baked and wired cupcakes were $5.95 each.
Not bad.
It's expensive for a cupcake. I'm
yeah.
not gonna lie.
But you like
They're massive cupcakes.
Yeah.
But also it's $6 for a cupcake.
It's true.
You know?
I think it is a high price point, but for a good cupcake, it's like that was head and shoulders above all the
Yes.
other cupcakes.
Yes.
The
We agree.
Sweet Crimes box of 6 was $25.
Oh my god! Man, talk about a crime. Like my god, they should be
so
paying me.
angry.
I'm so sorry to Sweet Crimes for us slandering you this way. If you're a Sweet Crimes fan, please tell us, where did we go wrong?
I guess I feel like I don't know. I have strong feelings about high priced items. So you're like, oh, it's gonna be like a luxury item, and then it's subpar. People are out there paying almost $30 for that experience. Think about that.
Fair. And then I have the prices for like with tip and everything here. So, but based on estimates, I would say that the other two were about the same. So Cake Room and Georgetown Cupcakes, the prices were about the same, and they were about like $3.50 per cupcake.
Okay.
Reasonable.
Does that change your equation at all?
No.
No.
You pay for what you get. And in this case, like, head and shoulders above everybody else. So
Yeah, and if you're looking at it in a budget-minding way, you shouldn't eat like cupcakes.
Yeah, you should go to Safeway and buy a cake.
You
or
should.
get like a Duncan Hines pack and mix it up and put it in your oven at home and frost it with some of that like gross frosting.
Oh yeah.
And save your money.
Guys, thanks for indulging my sweet tooth with me. This was a lot of fun.
Anytime I get to eat desserts and then rank them, I'm a happy camper.
Two of my favorite things to do.
Eating and judging.
And now some special guests have popped in to taste our extra cupcakes and give us their thoughts.
So sweet crime I thought was good because it was like a good balance of kind of like sweet, but still not like so sweet that you're like almost like not wanting to eat the icing on top. It wasn't too sweet because a lot of times when I'm eating frosting, it like gets too like sweet for me and then I can't eat anymore. But that one was like good.
The Georgetown cupcake, the chocolate one, it was like too sweet. It was like very, very sweet. That comes from a child who loves sweetness. Like, come on, guys, come on. The baked and wired strawberry cupcake, chef's kiss, man. It's so good. It's yummy, delicioso. Scrum-diddly-umptious.
The peanut butter cupcake one was like really good, but it was also like really rich and like filling. So if like kind of like if you're going for like something like small, you should probably get that one.
That's all for today here on CityCast DC. If you enjoyed the show, buy a cupcake for a very good friend and tell them the price of that cupcake is listening to our show. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. Bye.